Hello everyone, it's Sandra. Welcome to today's video. Today we're talking everyday summer 2020 makeup essentials. I thought it would be really fun to kind of build my everyday summer makeup bag for this year. Not that I'm going anywhere, but I want it all to fit in this little makeup bag. This is from Etsy. Some of the products are new, some of them are old, tried and true favorites. I find that every single summer I kind of have a little signature everyday look going on. Let's get started with base. If I had to just pick one foundation to use all summer long, Dior Face and Body. Hands down, this has been my favorite summer foundation ever since it launched, and it's one that I pray to the makeup gods will never get discontinued, because for as long as I will have combination oily skin, I will buy and love this foundation. It just wears so beautifully on my skin. And what I really love about it, other than the fact that it wears amazingly 12 hours, no problem, is that it's really versatile. I can achieve different things depending on how I apply it. If I want it to last really, really long and I just want it to look very natural, I will use my fingers to apply it. If I want a more sheer, dewy application, I will use a damp sponge. And if I want more of a medium coverage, I will use one of these brushes. This is a Zoeva 102 brush, and just stipple it on. If I use my fingers, it's just a really nice, natural, light coverage that really has a beautiful skin-like finish, wears beautifully all day. So how many times can I say beautiful? I am cheating because I picked two concealers, but if I had to just pick one that can kind of do double duty, both under my eyes and on any spots where I want to add a little bit more coverage, the Armani Power Fabric Concealer is fantastic. I use this in shade number 4. It wears beautifully under my eyes. It never looks cakey or dry. It doesn't settle into any fine lines. It has this beautiful ability to kind of move with the skin. It has a satin finish, and I would say it's a medium to full coverage. It's not like a super full coverage under eye glam kind of concealer. Again, it just looks really undetectable on the skin. So this is a favorite of mine. I'm a big fan of Armani Beauty, as you know, and I've also partnered with them in this video for one of their new lip products. So I will be showing you that in a little bit. Now, if you have a bit more pigmentation issues and you need something with a little bit fuller coverage, the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer is a great option. This is what I use if I have some really pesky post-acne marks that just need a bit of extra coverage. So I don't like to use this under my eyes. I find it a bit too dry, but it has great lasting power in the summer heat. It really covers more intense hyperpigmentation spots in a beautiful way without actually looking cakey and adding bulk to the skin. Let's put everything in the makeup bag as we talk about it. So we have the complexion products. For lips and cheeks, cream products are still rocking my world. I am trying to use up some of the things that I have. I've been kind of mixing these two together. This is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, and then this is an old discontinued Clarins bronzing primer that I like to use as a liquid bronzer. This is very warm. This is in the shade 6. It's really warm. And then the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate, I didn't buy this. One of my friends gave this to me because it didn't work for her. This is Intensity 2. Very intense, but it does sheer out beautifully. A little goes a long way. I think if I would buy this product, shade 1 would be a better match for me, but it does sheer out even though it can be quite intense. So I find that this Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate gives me a bit of depth, while the Clarins gives me a bit of warmth. So I've just been kind of mixing them together and applying them. Now for lips, if I really want to pare things down, I would just do one type of lip, and that is a nude lip for every day. I do like to dabble in orangey reds every now and then, especially in the summertime, but a warm, peachy nude with a hint of coral is my happy place. Which brings me to the color that I'm wearing today and to the latest Armani Beauty launch. This is the Armani Ecstasy Mirror Lip Gloss, and I'm wearing shade 101, which is my perfect everyday nude year-round, but especially in the summertime where I do crave those warmer tones. It is incredible. It's not your typical lip gloss. It is like a lip stain meets liquid lipstick meets lip balm with a high shine finish. It is an incredibly comfortable, long-wearing formula that I've just been loving. They have tons of beautiful shades to choose from. You get a really beautiful full-on pigment using a minimal amount of product, which is really nice because that makes it stay incredibly comfortable all day long. The shape of the applicator is really nice as well. You can get that perfect lip contour with it. There is a link in the description box below where you can go and learn more about this beautiful new lip formula. And even if I want a more satin finish, I can blot off the shine. This actually comes in really handy if I have to wear a mask. I will just quickly blot off the shine. And as you can see, it leaves a beautiful stain behind. This will stay all day. My favorite lip liner to wear it with has been MAC Strip Down. Again, it has that beautiful warm brown undertone, and a lip liner is definitely not necessary, but I do have a bit of an uneven lip line, so I like to use this just a little bit on the edges to kind of even out the shape of my lips. I have loved this product so much, and I have 4 colors. I'm trying not to be a hoarder. I try not to catch them all, but it's hard not to because they're so beautiful. So this, I'm gonna just swatch them on my hand too, just so you can see. This is 101, which is the color that is my summer nude fave. If you're more of a pink girl, shade 502 is a stunning, stunning pink. Kind of reminds me of the YSL glossy stains, but more comfortable. The formula is a little bit more refined. It just glides on really, really beautifully, and I find the pigment to be a bit more intense. Then these 2 colors, which will be incredible for fall and winter. This is 400, which is the iconic red that Armani makes in all their formulas. It's such a flattering red. And then this is 402, which is a stunning berry color. This leaves the most gorgeous stain behind, and I've actually really enjoyed mixing them together as well. They also mix really well with other lipsticks, so I'm a big fan of mixing, whether it's foundation, whether it's lip products. It is really, really fun to kind of get more out of the makeup products that you have. These do have that classic rosy floral scent that a lot of Armani lip products have, so just keep that in mind. Thank you so much to Armani Beauty for working with me with this video. I have been really inspired by Katie Jane Hughes on Instagram, as always. She has been mixing lip products with concealers and just kind of making her own perfect concoction to use on lips and cheeks. And I love to kind of marry whatever I'm wearing on my lips to my cheeks or eyes if I can, in order to kind of create a more cohesive look, especially for every day. And it's also really great because, you know, you can get more bang for your buck. You can use a product in different ways and play around. So if I'm using a powder blush, sometimes I will use that in my crease as well to kind of create a more cohesive look. But obviously today I'm using the Armani Ecstasy Mirror that I have on my lips, also on my cheeks, and I am mixing it with a little bit of the Power Fabric concealer. I like to use the back of my hand as a little palette and just mixing them, tweaking it a little bit, trying to dilute the formula, then using a really, really light hand with a Real Techniques multitask cheek brush and just very, very gently dabbing it on the high points of my cheeks. It is such a pretty cheek color, and because there's a bit of a shine in the lip formula, it just kind of acts like a highlighter as well. To set the under eye concealer, this is a new favorite, and I love it so much. There's nothing I don't love about it. It's the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. I use this in the shade Light with just a very, very light hand and a Wayne Goss airbrush, and it sets my under eye area so beautifully. It also has a little bit of a blurring capability to it. It just really refines the texture that I have underneath my eyes, and for that I am very grateful. So this is definitely a makeup bag essential for me for the summer. Now for face powder, if I just had to choose one, the one that I use the most in the summertime because of its really good oil controlling capabilities is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydro Powder. A little goes a long way. I've had this powder for over 2 years, and as you can see, I still have quite a bit of it. I don't love the packaging. I find it to be really, really messy, but it's something that I am willing to forgive because it is a really, really great powder. They have since launched this in different shades, but I just use the original one that is colorless. and I love to use a sheer powder brush by Bobbi Brown with it. I love the shape of this Bobbi Brown brush because it just really allows for more precise application, and especially since I have a more luminous cheek going on, I don't want to dull that down with powder, so I like to use a small brush to really make sure that I only powder the areas that I need, and I leave a little spot at the top of my cheeks to shine. Last but not least, let's talk eyeshadow. Remember MAC eyeshadows? These used to be my favorite thing in the world. I used to just look forward to going to the MAC counter every week and kind of planning my next purchase. I just have so many fond memories of discovering the online beauty community through MAC makeup, and it's a memory that I hold really, really dearly. So it's been really fun rediscovering and falling back in love with MAC texture eyeshadow. And what prompted this rediscovery was talking to my friend Vanessa. She is the Bombshell Suite on Instagram. She's one of my dear friends. She used to do YouTube videos as well. We kind of met through YouTube back like 10 years ago now. And we were talking about eyeshadow, and she was like, man, I still love and use MAC texture. It's still one of my favorite eyeshadows. I wear it every day. And I decided to play with it again, and it is so good. It is the perfect warm brown. I have been using it daily since I had that conversation with her, and it's been making me so happy. Now, on top of it, I will use either this eyeshadow, which is what I was wearing in my, actually, every time I wear this on YouTube, I get so many questions about it, and I feel bad because it's discontinued, but it's an old eyeshadow by Gucci. It's called Oxydus. Back in the day, when Gucci Beauty first launched, Pat McGrath was their creative director, and this was before Pat McGrath launched her own brand. So I wonder if Pat maybe decided to duplicate this color in her line now. But Gucci Oxydus is a really gorgeous brown. It's like a bronzy brown with very, very fine, with a very fine sheen. It's really, really flattering. It's not like a chunky shimmer or glitter or anything, so it's very flattering for daytime. So I will use either that on top of MAC texture, or I will use this, and this is Surat Doré Rose, which is another one of my favorite eyeshadows. This is what I'm wearing today, and this has this beautiful golden warmth running through it. Again, it's a very refined shimmer, incredibly flattering on all ages. I mean, I think that anything goes. I love metallics, I love glitter. I think just wear whatever makes you happy. But for every day, if you're not like a high shine glitter girl, but you do want a little bit of something, they are absolutely beautiful, and I love wearing them together. I love wearing them separately. I'm just a big fan of a really easy eyeshadow that you can just slap on without thinking too much about it, and it ends up looking really good. I also love me a bit of a glitter, so I have room in my makeup bag. You know, I'm adding these 3 in there. Still have plenty of room to throw in my Rowan 75 degrees warm eyeshadow palette. This is awesome. It's glittery. It's like a cream to powder. I can't call it cream to powder because it doesn't really ever dry down like a powder, but it's also not super wet like a traditional cream shadow. It's a really firm, slightly creamy, buttery type of texture with glitter, like serious glitter running through it. And it's designed to work with fingers. And this is a very old school YouTube move of me just trying to contort my hand to see the swatches. I know it's not very professional, but I'm having an old YouTube nostalgia moment. Despite the increased production levels and added entertainment value that we see in YouTube videos nowadays, I think, you know, there's so many people doing amazing things. There's just something in me that really craves that old school sitting with a friend, just chatting beauty and just being really excited and playing around and putting stuff on your hands and not really thinking about it too much. Part of me just still really, really loves that and resonates with that part of the beauty community the most. So hopefully I was able to kind of instill that in you today. When it comes to mascara, Glossier Lash Slick is my favorite. I love this mascara. I've lost count how many times I've repurchased it. It's really natural looking. It's super, super weather resistant. It's not waterproof, so it's still relatively easy for me to remove it at night. What I really love about it is that it never flakes, and I have a lot of issues with mascaras flaking on me. It adds separation and length in a really beautiful, natural way. Now, if you are a voluminous mascara girl, you will not like this because this does not add any volume. Let's add a hair product just for fun. I have been loving this. This is, again, an everyday favorite of mine, especially for the summertime, and it's by Playa. It's the Endless Summer Spray. It smells so good. It smells like a beach. Very, very coconutty, sweet type of scent, and I love the fact that it adds a bit of texture, a bit of wave. I just like to scrunch it up, especially if I'm doing like that beachy, messy wave look. It gives me a little bit of hold, a little bit of texture. It smells amazing. Not exactly a makeup product, but I thought I would let you know about it anyway because it is an everyday summer favorite that I've been loving. And that concludes my video. Is there anything that you've discovered this summer that you will carry on to future summers? Are there any old summer favorites that you bring back every summer? Let me know your summer makeup favorites in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, and thanks again to Armani Beauty for sponsoring a portion of this video. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.